Welcome to the Epcotian Adventure,
a podcast where we'll talk about all things Disney, but we're Epcot-centered.
including tips and tricks, festivals and favorites, and the very latest in our rankings and reviews.
But we're still old enough to remember when a simple shrub shaped like a mouse head seemed like an impressive topiary.
This is episode 54, Best of the Fest, Epcot Flower and Garden Festival 2024.
Or, so many flowers, so many treats, so much to see, so much to eat.
So now, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast as we embark on our Epcotian adventure. Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 54 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And as it probably is obvious to you, we just got back from Epcot and the most current festival at Epcot, which is the International Flower and Garden Festival 2024.
Woohoo!
And we did, like everybody likes to do, eat around the world, and we're going to tell you our favorites and what is the best of the fest.
Yeah, I think we attempt this on occasion to eat around the world and try all the things. And I feel like we still didn't eat all the things, I mean, obviously. But I feel like this is our most successful attempt so far.
I think we did better this time because we did this last year. We did a Best of the Fest. And so we have things to compare from the previous year. Plus, we had help. Thank you to our friends from Florida, John and Emily. And thanks to them, we were able to actually try a lot more things this time.
Yeah, I think we did good. We did good. So we do have our favorites. We're going to start with a brief overview of the festival, though, just in case you are wanting to know what we are talking about. Epcot does host 4 festivals each year. This is the second one. It features springtime flavors, and it's the International Flower and Garden Festival. And this year, that runs from February 28th through May 27th.
Yeah, it's about a month shorter than last year, which makes me wonder if that number is going to go from 4 to 5 festivals every year.
We did suggest this.
And hey, Disney seems to be listening. I mean, they named the ship after what we said, so, well, okay, probably not really, but we're just good guessers. Yeah.
We do tend to be pretty good guessers. But yeah, so this festival started in 1994.
I would have sworn that this was not the first. I really thought it was the Food and Wine Festival. And I know we said this in a previous episode, but I did not remember this being the first one.
Yeah, Food and Wine actually started the following year in 1995. So we were wrong on that one. So correction for previous episodes. This is indeed the original festival is the Flower and Garden. And in 95, they also added in Germany.
Yeah, the little train town over there that they added, where the trains go around, the little miniatures.
Yeah, it's through the little miniature village with the little miniature people and the little miniature festival flags.
I love that.
I actually did take a picture this time, so I will post that when we go to social. So you'll see that posted there, along with some of our favorites that we'll discuss. This year has 21 festival food booths, or outdoor kitchens as they call them. And there's also festival offerings at Connections Cafe and at all 4 of the interior park Joffrey's locations.
And this year, one of the booths, again, is inside the Odyssey.
Yes.
Which I love that they're using that as a food location now more often.
I agree. And this was actually the first booth that we tried this year. Should we just jump on in?
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. We did like every good Epcotian and started by going to the left. Because if you go to the right through Canada, you're doing it wrong. They should have a big exit-only sign there. Like in Roller Coaster Tycoon, you can prevent people from going the wrong way.
That's just how we know who knows what they're doing. So we did start in the Odyssey, which is Citrus Blossom. I want to share our strategy here, though, because Citrus Blossom was not the first one that we stood in line for.
That's true.
We actually started by getting in line at the Jardín de Fiesta at Mexico.
Because Mexico.
Right.
Love
and
Mexican food.
That booth is always a winner.
And it's always got a long line.
Yes.
And we happen to pass by and we're like, hey, there's not a long line. Quick, get in line.
Right? It was perfect. So we left most of the group there. I went over to Odyssey, got in line at Citrus Blossom. And Citrus Blossom has not only interior merch location, but it also has interior seating. There's not a ton of seating, but it's adequate and it's indoors and it was perfect. We found a table for 4 of us, had our Mexico stuff, our Citrus Blossom stuff. We had all the space we needed. It was really nice. So keep that in mind that is something that you can do.
The other thing you can do is if you get something from these booths, you can stand in line for the walk-up at Mexico as well and grab a nice margarita or an extra taco and then take everything and your whole kit and caboodle into the backside of the restaurant that's right there, because before it opens for late afternoon lunch, it's extra seating. So
it is. Yeah. But it is for that Mexico walk-up, not La Choza de Margarita, not Hacienda de San Angel. It's the one that's right by Hacienda.
Yeah, the one that's a permanent location walk-up.
Yes.
But if you take your food with you from the booth and then add something to that from there, yeah, then it's also
that's
a great
within
place.
The rules.
Yes, exactly.
We're all about following the rules. So let's start off with what we had then. Should we start off with Citrus Blossom?
Yeah, let's start with Citrus Blossom. Citrus Blossom had a very similar menu than it did last year. We had the shrimp this time again, which is one of our favorites, I think, overall.
And that's the orange sesame tempura shrimp with the orange chili sauce.
Oh, it's yummy.
That made the top of our list last year. And I think it's probably going to make that list again this year. Rod, what did you rate that?
That shrimp is one of my favorite things that's offered at Epcot anytime. It was a 5 Nada golf balls for me.
It is for me as well. This year I actually gave it 4.5 Nada golf balls.
Just to clarify, everybody has their own rating system. I know if you watch Peter and Kitra,
Ordinary Adventures.
Yeah, they do Peter's and Kitra's as their 1 through 5. I think Mammoth Club does just they don't do anything. They just say 1 through 5.
They do.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we do not a golf balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
because Spaceship Earth is not a golf ball.
That is true. It is not a golf ball.
That is where that comes from. Spaceship Earth is in fact a geodesic sphere and not a golf ball. So this year I gave the shrimp a 4 out of 5. I'm sorry, 4.5 out of 5 Nada golf balls. So this year it lost a 0.5 point for me just because it wasn't quite as crispy as it was last year. Last year it had such a good crunch to it, and I think just the batch that we got was a little bit less crispy. So I gave it a 4.5.
4.5. How do you have a half Nada golf ball?
You just do.
Okay, I like that. Okay. Also, our team had tried the lemon meringue pie, which is a lemon curd, lemon mousse, and a toasted meringue in what I think is a graham cracker crust.
I don't think it was graham cracker. I think it was just a regular crusty crust, but it looked very good, and they rated it 4.5 as well.
Yeah.
So good, solid booth. We also had the key lime wine slush. It's a pre-made slush that is bright green and tastes just like key lime juice, but mixed with wine in a slushy consistency. It's exactly what you think it would be, and it was delicious. The day we were there was actually pretty nice and cool, and it was still really good, but on a hot day, this would absolutely rock. So that was a really good one. That also got a 5 from our group.
We also had food, of course, from Mexico, which is the Jardín de Fiestas.
We'll go with
Apparently there's more than one party going on over there, which I believe. It's Mexico. There's always a party. We did the Sope de Chilerio.
Sope de Chilerio.
That's the one.
We have no idea.
This was amazing to me. It had braised pork on a fried corn shell with black beans, shredded cabbage, a queso fresco with chives, and a crema mexicana, as they put it. And wow, this one blew me away.
We are traditionally wowed by the Mexico booth at these festivals, particularly the Flower and Garden Festival. We were a little sad that they didn't bring back the vampire taco this year because that's one of our favorites. But this sope, I think, made up for it.
Oh, it gets 5 Nada golf balls for me, and I would have gone back for it 3 more times.
The thing that we have heard from a lot of people is that it's not big, for what you're paying for it. The portion size is a little small for the price.
Yeah, it's $8.50 for one sope.
But there's a ton of ingredients in there.
And a ton of flavor.
So much flavor. I would highly recommend it, even for the price, for the size. We still shared it among 4 of us so that we could each have a bite. We all loved it. Highly, highly recommend this one.
I've heard from other people, too, that the tamale is very good as well. One tamale for $8.75 seems a little high priced, but I've heard it's yummy. So if you're there, give it a try and let us know what you think.
And the tamale is a vegetarian option. It's not vegan because there is a poblano crema sauce, and there is cheese involved, but there is a good vegetarian option for you if that's a thing. Also at the Mexico booth, I tried the lychee margarita, which is Centinela Blanco tequila, lychee liqueur, citrus juice, and agave nectar. It's a little sweeter than you might like an adult beverage, but I absolutely loved it. I drank every last drop and ate the lychee that came on top. So
yeah, and did a big ooh
yeah.
as soon as you did.
It was really good. If you like lychee at all, it's like a very mild peach flavor is how I would describe that. Sort of like a peach and a berry. Delicious, delicious fruit. The margarita is phenomenal.
I love the
really
margaritas
good.
from the Mexico Pavilion overall. I mean, and that's where La Cava is, of course, inside the Mexico Pavilion. So if you're looking for top-notch margaritas, you might not go to the booths for those, but go into La Cava inside the Mexican Pyramid. Ooh, yeah.
And that's there year-round. So.
Yes, it is, yes.
And as we walked by, it did have quite the line. So just be aware, if you are interested in going to La Cava de Tequila, know that you're going to wait for it. So next we did a little backtracking, and we went back to the Joffrey's location near Mission Space. They say near Mission Space. That's how they describe it. I actually think of it more as near Test Track. I guess just because you can hear Test Track when you're at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's in World Discovery, so
Yeah.
if you're going to Guardians or to Test Track or to Mission Space, it is the one that's on that side, right behind Connections Cafe.
Yes. Yeah, right by Connections. There's a super cute Donald topiary over there, along with Huey, Dewey, and Louie. So cute. So check those out while you're over there, too. Buzz is over there. He's always over in World Discovery. Great topiaries this year. But I did get the festival offering from this Joffrey's cart, which was the iced honey jasmine latte. And it's described as a floral fusion of espresso, honey jasmine syrup, milk, whipped cream, and graham cracker crumbles. They also have an option where you can add a shot of alcohol to that. I did not do that for this one, but the actual latte was absolutely delicious. There's a lot of whipped cream on there. There's a lot of milk in it. Almost is more of a dessert than a coffee drink. And it's a little bit sweet because of that honey, but I thought it was delightful. It was so nice. So if you like honey flavors, if you like jasmine, it was very, very lightly floral. It wasn't overpowering. I would definitely get that one again, and I rated that a 5 out of 5. Not a golf balls.
Also over by Test Track is Brunchcott. This year we bypassed it, but in the last year episode that you heard us, we talked about the avocado toast, and I think they were just called a cinnamon roll bite. They are virtually the same this year from what we've seen or what we saw while we were there, so we did not try that this year, but the fresh veggies that you see on top of the avocado toast makes it worth a try.
Yeah, it's marinated tomatoes and
Watermelon
radish.
Watermelon radish. What do I call it? Cucumber radish. No.
I don't
Watermelon
know.
radish.
But it's delightful, and there's edible flowers. And this year there's a plant-based cheese on top. When we had it, I don't remember it being a plant-based cheese. I remember it being goat cheese.
Yeah.
So I don't know
it's
if I'm
changed a little.
misremembering or if they've changed it to make the whole thing a plant-based option.
Well, and the cinnamon roll bites this time have an interior that's more cinnamon instead of cream cheese. So it's a little different this year, even though they are returning. They are a little different. Now, that's another thing I like about going to the festivals year after year. Even if it's one of your favorites, most likely they've updated it just enough to make it, hopefully, better.
Yeah, and the cinnamon roll bites with the candied bacon on top, those should have been one of our favorites when we tried them, and they were not. I do think I would like this version better, because one of the things I didn't like was the surprise cream in the middle that made it feel like uncooked dough. So I think with the sort of grainier cinnamon filling, I think I would like that better.
After that, we headed around the world. So let's take a look at China. China this year, again, we did bypass, but last year we did the crab wontons, which were really yummy. But they're a crab wonton. You can get it at any drive-thru or Chinese buffet anywhere in the world. So we've kind of let that one bypass this year.
Yeah, we've also had the dumplings there before, and again, we loved them. They were so good. But where can you not get a good dumpling?
Yeah, it's almost a spring roll, veggie spring roll almost. But
no.
No?
No. They were dumplings.
They were dumplings. Why am I thinking spring rolls?
I don't know. Those are entirely different things.
Maybe it's because I'm hungry and I want spring rolls from Adventureland.
Yeah,
that's not the same thing. Okay, you're right. It is a dumpling, a veggie dumpling. Very yummy.
The other offering they have this year is the spicy mala chicken skewer with creamy peanut sauce, which we have had in the past as well and is delicious, but it's a skewer of chicken with peanut sauce. So when you're walking around and you have limited stomach space and limited funds, be wary of where you're using them. That is our lesson.
So on we go, cross the drawbridge, and we're at Refreshment Outpost. So Refreshment Outpost is the permanent location that's over on the kind of the far left side of World Showcase. It was supposed to be Equatorial Africa as a pavilion.
So when you walk by and you hear all the children playing the drums, you found it.
That's the one. This year they have a tangerine soft serve, which is a repeat from the last couple of years, and it got a 5 for me because, oh my gosh, I love tangerine and I love soft serve.
There are no surprises here.
Yummy.
It's exactly what you think it is.
It tastes just like it sounds.
Yes, it is tangerine soft serve.
But 5 not a golf balls for me on that one.
Our friends actually got the other offering, and that is the seasonal fruit parfait with sweet chili sauce and mango Dole Whip. It had chunks of mango in it and tahini on top.
It looks like somebody killed a fruit. It's like a bloody fruit-looking thing. It looks so odd. But according to our friends John and Emily, it was very worthy of eating. So
yes.
What did they give it?
They gave it a 4 out of 5, not a golf balls.
Yeah.
So very, very much worth getting, not the top of their list.
Big chunks of mango at the bottom and some heat, which is something unusual for that type of like a dessert.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sweet chili sauce and the tahini, so you're not getting like a ton of heat. John actually said he wished he had more heat,
That's
but
right.
That is very much a John-specific thing. But they also got the Woodchuck 802 barrel-aged cider, and they said that was also worthy of a 4 on their scale. So another one that might be worth looking into if you are a fan of hard cider. And then moving to the next one, we have the Germany Pavilion, which is Bauer Market. I'm sure I didn't say that right, but basically means farmer's market, I believe. And we got this one last year. It made the top of Rod's list. And it is the toasted pretzel bread.
Open up the top of a perfectly formed pretzel. Put in some cheese, some ham, and you have perfection.
It is described as topped with Black Forest ham and melted cheese. And that is exactly what it is. It's just a pretzel roll with ham and cheese.
Here's the thing. Go around the corner to the little QSR there, the little walk up, and grab some mustard and throw it on top. Oh, it's so good.
Had this had a stone ground mustard component, it probably would have made the top of my list as well.
I'm surprised it didn't, but yeah, John and Emily both loved this one.
More than they expected to, even. They both said it was a surprise to them how much they loved this one.
Oh, and it's definitely in my best of the fest. I love that one.
So good. So that is always a winner. They also have the potato pancakes there this year. This year only with the applesauce. They don't have the alternate topping they used to have. And they, again, have the warm cheese streusel with the mixed berries. We've had the potato pancakes before. They're exactly what you think they are. They are potato pancakes
with applesauce.
Applesauce.
Which seems like a weird pairing, but it really does work.
Oh, no, it's a good pairing.
It's yummy.
But we did not get those this year. That is part of the Garden Graze this year, though. If you're going for all those plant-based things, this is one of them.
Next door is Italy, and we kept right on walking. Italy, I'm looking at you. What is it with the Italy Pavilion? Every festival, it's just Chef Boyardee, and that's it.
I just don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't.
We did a little research ahead of time on this one, and the people that tried it like a day or two ahead of us did not say anything good about it. So.
Well, Italy tends to do either oversimplified things that you can make at home for a third the cost, for an eighth of the cost, for a fraction of the cost. Or
That's math. That's hard.
that is. Or they do something that's a little more complicated, but they don't execute it well. So it's always a lose-lose. I don't understand what's going on over in Italy. When Mexico can knock it out of the park every single time, Italy, step it up.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to where we did have food. That's America.
America!
Magnolia Terrace. This is the home of one of my favorite things on the planet, which is the little bitty Muffaletta Panini. That's a Muffalini.
No, it's not.
Now, we've had these on the streets down in New Orleans. This one is not that, but
it's a really good
It is a really good substitute, yes.
So this is a sandwich with ham, salami, mortadella, provolone, and Swiss with olive salad. It's on a crispy, like focaccia type bread. Traditionally, it's served as a circle, so you're getting like a quarter of a circle.
Yeah, with this, it's more like a 25th of a circle, but it's meant to be something that's a small tasting. And, oh, what a taste. It was really good, and this is, okay, spoilers, it's going in my best of the best.
This was one that we tried last year as well. This is not a new offering. America actually did not have any new offerings this year, but they kept the same things that they had last year that were all good. So last year we also tried the spicy chicken gumbo with the andouille sausage and long grain and wild rice. It was delightful.
But it only got like 3 golf balls.
Yeah, it wasn't one of our favorites.
Yeah, and by the time you get to America, you don't want something as heavy as gumbo. But
it's true.
The sandwich, I'm sorry, 5 not a golf balls, and I'm not sorry, actually. I love it. I would go back and have 3 more of those again, too.
So it was tasty. John also rated it a 5. So while they were getting their muffaletta, I ran over to Hanami, the Japan booth. And again, they have the frushi again this year, which we have still not tried, ever. We've never tried it.
And yet everybody we've talked to just raves about it, so
yeah.
One of these days we'll end up getting it.
One of these days.
But did try something new this year.
Yes, I tried the ramen cup. This is a cold ramen salad, and you shake it in a cup. It comes with fresh vegetables, grilled chicken, and dashi broth with chili oil and yuzu. There's actually little instructions on the booth when you order it that show you how to assemble it and shake the cup, which I just found adorably Japanese. I thought that was so cute that there were little instructions.
They have to for the gaijin.
Yes, it's true. But
that's a gringo in Japanese, yeah.
This was really good. The seasoned chicken was really well done. The ramen itself was delicious. The broth was really, really good. The only thing that I had a problem with was it lacked heat. It does say chili oil is one of the ingredients, but there just wasn't enough of it. They had even little packets of sriracha to add a little spice to this. It would have knocked it out of the park. But as it was, the 3 of us who got it, we all gave it 3.5, not a golf balls. So yeah, a little more heat and it would have been a 5 for me. And
then John went and had the pineapple sake.
Yeah, John and Em both got that one.
Loved it. They both gave it a 5. And I can see why. I've had pineapple sake here locally, and it's yummy. I didn't get it that day because I don't remember why. And now wish I had.
It's the Ozeki pineapple nigori sake. I don't know what those words in between mean, but it was a very tiny portion of a very potent pineapple sake, and John and Em both loved it. They gave it a 5+, and both of them were still talking about it like 3 countries later. So it was a good one, apparently. So if you like pineapple, you like sake, definitely worth your time.
Between the two is Morocco, and they don't do a full booth there, but they do some specific things for the festival at the Tangerine Cafe. This
year, we actually didn't get anything from there. But in the past, we have had the orange blossom saffron cake, which is delicious and very, very photographable. It's very pretty with the bright orange and the bright green and the little nuts and the stuff around it. Very, very pretty and very light flavors. It's a light consistency. Not one that we got this time, but in the past, it has been a winner.
on the opposite end of light are the heavy grilled kebab, which we've done before. They do a lamb or a chicken. I think we did lamb last time. And it's yummy, but it's a little dry in my opinion. And now this year again, things change every year, like I just said. So give it a try if you're there.
And one that we keep hearing is one of the best things there, and we did not get this year, is the Mediterranean flatbread.
Yeah, that took me by surprise. We didn't try that because usually with Tangerine Cafe, it's just something we kind of bypass because it doesn't seem festival specific. But yeah.
So the flatbread is with chormola, roasted vegetables, artichokes, olives, and feta cheese. All things we like.
Yeah, we should have tried that.
Yeah, and the portion size looks really big. Like the four of us could have very happily split that.
And I will just point out that these ones that we missed, last year we went back twice.
We did.
And we just had $1,000 brunch a little bit earlier today. And I have to admit, I was looking at airfares again between the Midwest and Orlando. Didn't find anything
We
yet.
didn't book anything yet, but if we go back, this will be on our list.
Oh, yeah.
They also have what we've heard is a very good hard cider flight here. So if you are into hard ciders, this is a great place to try some new ones. Next up is the La Isla Fresca booth, which we also skipped. This one is featuring an impossible Jamaican beef patty with spicy papaya syrup.
Which is why we skipped it.
We just can't with the impossible.
There's no such thing as impossible beef. It's either vegetable or it's meat.
I like plant-based things. I like when things are yummy and vegetable-y. Just don't make it pretend to be something that's not.
Yeah, I don't go in and order a steak in the shape of a carrot.
4 combos, extra bacon on the side, 2 chili cheese samplers, a basket of liver and onion rings, a catch of the day, and a steak cut in the shape of a trout. You got all that, honey?
3 oinkers wearing pants, plate of hot air, basket of grandma's breakfast, and change the bull to a gill. Got it.
Yeah,
I just don't.
The other thing they have at this booth is the coconut tres leches cake, which we have had in the past and is delightful. Again, it is plant-based, and you would just never know it because it's really, really good. And then next is one of our favorites.
Oh, France.
France. This is the Fleur de Lis booth, and it's traditionally one of our favorites because no matter which festival you're there for, there is some kind of bread full of cheese.
Oh, yes. And this is my favorite. Take a croissant and shove it full of goat cheese.
And herbs and roasted garlic.
And more goat cheese.
Yes. So when you're looking at it, this was interesting because John and Em had bypassed this one in the past because they thought it was just a plain croissant with a little piping of goat cheese over the top because that's what you can see. They had no idea the whole thing was stuffed full of goat cheese and herbs and garlic. And they were delightfly surprised. So we all gave this one a 5+. This is traditionally one of Rod and Mai's favorite. Rod and Mai's? This is traditionally one of our favorites.
That's better.
And Emily said that even though the toasted pretzel from Germany had been at the top of her list, this pushed it over the edge, and this became her favorite. So this is definitely a winner. If you like cheese, you like bread, you like garlic, it's a no-brainer.
It's more than 5 not a golf balls. I'll put it that way. And yes, spoilers, it's also in my best of the fest list, as you can tell.
You're cheating.
I know. They had the duck à l'orange also.
They did.
And they being John and Am. I wish I had tried this one. It looks so good.
Fillet of duck bordelaise maître de butter. Yum, yum. Duck polonaise under glass. Mmm. Oh, drool.
But I was getting a little full after all the goat cheese.
It's hard not to at this point in the journey, even when you're sharing literally everything. So this is pulled duck confit with orange sauce and garlic rosemary mashed potatoes. I will tell you, this is not a pretty dish. It's not.
Oh, that duck didn't stand a chance.
It's not going to win any prizes for looks. But John and Em both gave it a 4.5 out of 5. And Emily also gave the sparkling raspberry cocktail, which is sparkling wine with raspberry flavor, a 4.5 out of 5. In the past, one of our favorite drinks of the festival has always been the La Vie en Rose frozen slush.
Frosé.
Which is... No.
No?
Still no.
Dang it. I want that
Which
to be
is
frosé every time.
Vodka, Grey Goose, L'Orange, Saint Germain liqueur, white and red cranberry juices, and it is so good. It's like a slushy. If you get it in a hotter month, it's a slushy for a very short amount of time, so drink fast.
But it is really good. I'm not really into vodka, and the first time I had this, I didn't realize it was even there. It's a very light, just refreshing drink, and it's just absolutely one of my favorite things on that side of the park. And
it's served in a sweet little champagne glass. It's very nice. So that's always a winner. We also tried the new cake this time, which is the Gâteau au Crémeux Citron Lavande Intime, which is a warm cake filled with lemon, lavender, and thyme-infused cream and served with berry compote.
Was a little dry, in my opinion.
It was very dry.
Yeah, the berries actually helped with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly blueberry.
Strawberries as well.
Yeah, and strawberries. But it didn't really make up for the dryness of the cake itself.
Well, and it says that it's filled with that lemon, lavender, and thyme cream, which is what I was looking forward to. You throw an herb in anything and I want it. Like, I love herbs in my desserts or drinks. But it was not enough cream to make up for the dryness of the cake. So, unfortunately, this one got a 2.5 from us. So next up is sort of a secret drink this year. There isn't an official festival booth in the UK this time. But if you go to the beer cart, which is there all the time just outside Rose and Crown Pub, you will find a frozen drink. It's called the Scottish Thistle, and it is there just for this festival. And it is Ford's gin with lemon and blackcurrant cucumber syrup and garnished with a cucumber.
That was made for you.
It was literally made for me. I couldn't find it at first because I was looking for a UK booth. We got all the way to Canada. I had to backtrack. I found the beer cart. I asked them. He's like, well, it's not quite ready yet, so we didn't have our sign up. It's still freezing. So I got sort of a mostly frozen Scottish Thistle, and I could not have been any happier. It was so good. If you like gin at all, if you like blackcurrant, if you like cucumber, if you like delicious drinks, try this drink. It was so, so good.
Yeah, if they run out, they will take the sign down.
Yes.
So just note that. Definitely
worth tracking down. And that brings us to Epcot Farmer's Feast, I believe.
Farmer's Feast.
Or do we want to talk about... We didn't get anything in Canada, but we should talk about Canada.
Well, Northern Bloom, yeah, usually has a good meat dish of some sort. And this year, by the time we got around to here, we were stuffed. We even bypassed the fish and chips in the UK, and we rarely do that.
But the Northern Bloom does have the seared scallops.
Which we've had before.
Which we had last year.
And they were really, really, really good.
Yes.
But expensive for just 1 or 2 scallops. So.
Well, last year it was 3 tiny scallops, so it was perfect. There were 3 of us last year.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
But that is served with French green beans, marble potatoes, and bacon vinaigrette. And then they also have the beef tenderloin tips, which they've had in the past as well, with the mushroom bordelaise sauce, whipped potatoes, and garden vegetables. Again, very nice. It's fine. Nothing extraordinary, but always passable. And just really heavy for walking around Epcot, so we usually bypass that one. There is also a secret drink in Canada.
Canada.
So at the Canada Popcorn Cart. It's not at the Northern Bloom. It's at the Popcorn Cart.
Home of the maple popcorn.
Yes, which we also recommend. But this drink is the Peach Smash. It is Canadian Club whiskey with lemon, peach puree, and ginger. I did not get to try this one because I was happily sipping my drink from the UK. But John and Em tried this one, and they both enjoyed it. I didn't get a rating from them. Did you?
Looking at their face, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 5.
It seemed like a really good one. So if you're there and you try it, let me know how it is, because this was one that I wish I had tried in retrospect. So now let's jump over to Epcot Farmer's Feast.
In the past, this is one that has had multiple calendars. And it's the same this year. There's actually going to be 3 separate menus based on the calendar. So right now, this is the place that has the veal with the risotto. And as much as I love protein, I don't like eating baby cows.
Now, John and Emily said that they only serve the mean baby cows who bully the other cows.
That's true, yes.
So they're actually doing a favor to the nice baby cows.
Yeah. They They were the bad baby cows.
We'll give them that.
Right, we'll give them that. So anyway, I didn't try the veal, but Sue and I both tried the risotto, and it was really good for a mass-produced risotto. I mean, risotto's temperamental, so sometimes it can be very watery or very something or other, and just this time I thought it was really good.
So this is, the veal loin is with a spring pea risotto, and it has a red wine syrup. So, like Rod said, we got just the spring pea risotto and the red wine syrup. It was very nice. It was nice and bright. I would say it was very good. But
it was almost like a pea puree with some rice in it in some ways. It was really, really tasty.
It was better than I thought it was going to be for just some rice and sauce. But John and Emily did give the veal a 4.5. And the veal is there all through their early bloom menu, which is going to be through the end of this month. So through March 30th is when you can get that. After that, it's going to switch over to the springtime menu, which goes until the end of April. And that will feature the seared scallops with tomato risotto. And then the summer solstice will feature seared pork tenderloin with corn risotto. And that will be from basically all of the month of May. So that's when those will switch out. Desserts are also going to switch out there. You can always get the grilled street corn there. We've been burned by this twice, so we do not get the street corn at the Farmer's Feast anymore.
The last 2 seasons we've tried that street corn, and it doesn't come anywhere close to what you can get at the location there outside the Mexican Pyramid in the Mexico Pavilion.
And that's a permanent location. La Choza de Margarita is where you can get the good street corn. But the one at Farmer's Feast is plant-based. So it has a savory garlic spread and a plant-based cheese. Those who like it really like it. So if you are plant-based, that might be a better option for you, because the one that we love in Mexico is not plant-based.
It's cheesy.
It's cheesy and creamy and yummy. But moving right along. Dig-a-doo. I shouldn't have done that. That's copyrighted. Don't say
I would say insert the music here, but it's copyright. We're not allowed to.
That's right. No music for you.
We've tried things from the Honey Bistro that were hit and miss. I'll put it that way.
One thing that is back this year that we did enjoy from Honey Bistro is the Honey Peach Cobbler Freeze. We got ours without the blueberry vodka, but it does have a little streusel on top, sort of like a granola. We liked that. I think we ended up giving it like a 3.5 or a 4.
I believe so. I thought the streusel was just a little odd texture-wise, but it was really, really good.
We like the flavor of that one a lot. Much more like a dessert than a beverage. And Pineapple Promenade also has the very famous frozen desert violet lemonade, which you see all over Instagram this time of year.
It's very purple.
It's so pretty. And there's a cute little edible flower on top, and it's a frozen drink, so it's nice and slushy. It's delightful. If you like lemonade at all, definitely get that one. It is a classic for a reason.
Refreshment Port right there between Canada and the old Starbucks location also has poutine again this year. And we missed the cheese curds and gravy again. So not one of my favorite things. Sorry if you're from Canada. I'm just not into the poutine.
But this year we are hearing really good things about their festival offering, which is a plant-based buffalo chicken tender poutine. So this is crispy potato barrels, which are tater tots. I don't know why Disney calls them potato barrels, and it's served with plant-based ranch, plant-based blue cheese crumbles, and we've heard that it's really good. But I just can't bring myself to do plant-based chicken because it's not chicken. So
many other podcasts and vloggers and bloggers and talkative people have said that it's one of the best things at the festival. So if we went back, might have to try it. But maybe. We'll see.
Because plant-based chicken.
Because plant-based chicken, yeah.
The other good thing up that same pathway is going to be this World Showcase, where they have all kinds of different soft serve. They are featuring the liquid nitro honey mascarpone cheesecake this time. That one looked intriguing, and it actually is nitro frozen. They take a scoop of cheesecake and freeze it.
And hit it with a hammer. To save on postage.
Also at the Florida Fresh booth, if we end up going back, this will be on our list. It was on my list this time, but we didn't pass the booth because we didn't go down the right pathway.
Just the pathway.
This is where they have the grilled warm water lobster tail with the key lime butter, which was definitely on my list. They grill it right there in front of you, so it's nice and warm and grilly. And
grilly. I like that.
And key lime butter. I mean, come on.
I know.
The Florida Fresh booth also features the Cubanito, which is new this year.
Oh, that was on my list too.
Mojo marinated pork belly, ham, Swiss, pickles, stone ground mustard sauce.
Stop. You're killing me. I know, I missed that one. But after getting the muffaletta, at least I got one of the 2 big sandwiches I wanted to.
There you go. See, that's good. This also has the best drink. Go ahead, fight me. I don't care. This is the cucumber watermelon slushy, and it's made with or without gin. This is the drink, people. If you think you don't like gin, try this drink.
You think you hate it now, but wait till you drink it.
It's so good. It's slushy and delicious and sweet, and it's so... I can't oversell this drink. This is a 5+ for me. I did not get to get it this year because we didn't go to the booth, so please go get one for me. Tag us on Instagram when you get it. I want to see your pictures of it. Andrea, this is the drink I was telling you about. Get this drink. This is at Florida Fresh. So try it. So I think is that the end?
That's all the way around. Well, folks, let's talk about our Best of the Fest list.
Uh-oh.
So...
I was supposed to have a list ready, wasn't I?
Uh-oh. Well, I already know which ones are going to be on my Best of the Fest. It's going to be the shrimp from Odyssey, which is the citrus blossom. Mm-hmm. It's going to be the ham and cheese sandwich yummy thing over at Germany.
The toasted pretzel.
The toasted pretzel, thank you. Of course, the cheese-filled croissant from France, because cheese-filled croissant. The sope from Mexico. And it's got to go to the muffaletta at America. The American muffaletta sandwich. It is so yummy. I would include on there the Cubanito, just because I love Cuban sandwiches. Even though I didn't get to try it, I'm still going to put it on there. So go, again, try it. And show us your pictures on Insta. We'd love to see it.
Make us jealous.
Make us. Please make us jealous. I want to live vicariously through you eating a Cuban sandwich.
I think my top of the fest is going to be a similar list. I have to include that orange sesame tempura shrimp again. It was so good. Even though I lost half a point from me, it's still so, so good. I would also put the sope from Le Jardin de Fiestas, the Mexico booth. I would also add the lychee margarita as one of my top picks for this year, also from that Mexico booth. And then I'm going to have to say, well, the croissant, of course. Goat cheese croissant, come on. And my cucumber watermelon slush, which I didn't get to get this year, but I'm putting it on vicariously from last year. I think those are my tops. I could really throw about everything that we had on there.
Yeah, it really was a good year for the festival.
Yes, doesn't it seem like it was better than years past?
Than the average, yeah.
Or maybe we're just better at making choices now. I don't know.
That's true. We've been doing this long enough now that we know what we like and what we don't like. And we are still pretty adventurous in our sampling, it seems like, every year. But anyway, folks, that's our Best of the Fest for the International Food, Garden, Wine, and Booze Festival. No, again, it's not still called that.
No, it should be.
It should be. But the International Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot. If you have tried other things that we didn't try, let us know down in the comments or take some pictures and put them up on Insta and tag us on it. You can do a hashtag Epcotian Adventure and it'll be on there.
We'd love to see what your favorites are. Or if you're not going to make it this year, let us know what would be at the top of your list. What is the thing that sounds the best to you? Super curious.
Before we go, we'd like to give a big thank you to our social media coordinator, Riley Piper, audio engineers, Joey Humphrey and Paul Trett, logo designer, Evan Piper, and our theme music composer, Jason Patrick Rowan, whose music is licensed to Pond 5. And of course, thank you, Phoenicians.
Thank you, Phoenicians. And don't forget to rate, review, like, and subscribe. It really does help other people find us. You can find us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts. The Epcotian Adventure is a $1,000 brunch production and a proud gold member of D23.
Thanks for joining us today for episode 54 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And we'll see you in line.
Bye.
we just got back from Epcot and went to the latest festival, which was the International Flower and Food and Booze and Garden Festival.
That is correct.
It doesn't all fit on the sign, so they just call it the Epcot Garden and Flower Flower and Garden. We're all over the place on this one. What is it called?
We should at least know what the name of the festival is.
Why don't we start over?
Okay.